Not chickens, not pigs, not cows or ducks. The thing that is helping thousands of Chinese farmers earn millions of dollars every year is a creature that makes many people shiver just by seeing it. And now, it is helping Chinese farmers earn millions of dollars every year. Have you ever heard of a Centipede farm? If not, then watch the following video. It's all in this video, don't take your eyes off it. Centipedes, a long-bodied, multi-legged, moving insect, fast, poisonous, and often terrifying to many people. However, in some rural areas in China such as Hunan, Shandong, Guangdong, this creature is raised in hundreds of farms to make money. According to a report by CGTN, a single centipede farm in Guangxi province can harvest 2 to 3 tons of centipedes per year, equivalent to more than $500,000 in revenue. So the question is, what is this centipede used for that it sells for such a high price? The answer will surprise you. First, we must talk about the role of centipedes in traditional Chinese medicine. In Oriental medicine, dried centipedes are used to treat sciatica, hemiplegia, and people, arthritis, asthma, epilepsy, and are even considered valuable medicinal herbs in cancer treatment and blood tonics. The price of dried centipedes of the normal type ranges from $40 to $140 per kilogram, while large, long, shiny red and black ones can be sold for over $200 per kilogram, more expensive than many high-end meats. In addition, in southern provinces such as Guangdong, centipedes also appear on the menus of high-end restaurants. People fry centipedes until crispy, stir-fry them with Sichuan spicy style, grill them with spices or soak them in medicinal wine. Each adult centipede can be sold for $4 up to $12 and still sold out. Although it sounds strange, the Chinese rich consider this a nourishing, invigorating dish and are willing to spend money to experience it. But to earn such huge profits, centipede farmers must invest carefully and meticulously in every step. Unlike raising pigs or chickens, raising centipedes requires a special housing system, usually cement tanks or plastic boxes, about 50-70 centimeters high, with a layer of dry sand or coconut fiber to maintain humidity. The light must be dim, the temperature must be stable at 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, humidity must always be high. Centipedes' food is protein-rich species such as earthworms, crickets, rice worms, termites, or fresh minced meat. However, the food source must be clean, chemical-free, and free of bacteria, because just one batch of food contaminated with fungus can kill the entire colony of centipedes overnight. Regarding reproduction, the mother centipede can lay 30 to 60 eggs at a time. The eggs hatch after about 15 to 20 days, then the breeder will separate the colony, raise them gradually for 6 to 12 months, and then they can be harvested. It looks scary, but after being dried properly, it becomes a golden commodity in the pharmaceutical and functional food industry in China as well as many Asian countries. The process of processing dried centipedes is strict. After harvesting, the centipedes are cleaned with salt water or ginger to remove toxins, then blanched in boiling water and dried at a stable temperature of 45 to 55 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 hours. The finished product is dried centipedes, which can be preserved for up to 2 years if packaged properly. With a selling price ranging from $40 to $200 kg, depending on the quality, dried centipedes not only bring a stable source of income to farmers but are also a rare commodity in Oriental medicine. With low investment costs, small area, and minimal labor, the centipede farming model is becoming a new agricultural fever in rural areas. Currently, China consumes about 1,000 tons of centipedes each year. It can be seen that, from a hated creature, centipedes are becoming the golden goose of Chinese farmers. The centipede farming model not only shows the bold innovation of modern agriculture, but also clearly demonstrates that, if we know how to exploit the potential properly, any creature, no matter how small, no matter how scary, can bring huge economic value. With just a different idea, determination, and deep enough knowledge, anyone can turn other people's fear into their own opportunity. Have you ever seen a modern bird farm like this? It is not like a normal farm because the equipment and breeding environment are very modern. The bird species raised on this farm is the Hubara bustard, so what do people raise this bird for? Let's explore it with us now. The Hubara bustard is classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to habitat loss and overhunting. As a result, most Hubara bustard farms are built to breed thousands of birds each year and release them into the wild to restore wild populations. Currently, a private center, the Al-Baida Bird Breeding and Research Center, was established in 2020 with the aim of breeding the Hubara bustard in captivity to reintroduce the species into its natural habitat in both Qatar and Central Asia. Currently, Hubara Farm is raising 300 female Hubara birds and 200 male Hubara birds in separate cages. The farm consists of outdoor and indoor areas. The breeding and incubation areas are also operated in a separate area. The staff is divided into caring for the young birds and the adult birds. Adult Hubara bustards are kept in closed, carefully controlled temperature and light rooms throughout the year. After the breeding season, adult birds are moved into outdoor socialization aviaries. The farm owners point out that Hubara bustards are not easy to tame, as they need their own space to resemble their natural habitat. Furthermore, they must be kept separate from other birds and animals, so the farm must allocate a separate building for the birds. Keeping Hubara bustards requires extreme care, with the facilities being cleaned and disinfected regularly, and workers being hired to care for them. All food and water provided to the birds must be kept clean and free of contamination. The diet is simple, consisting of local vegetables and grains. Some insects can also be added to provide protein for their growth. In addition to breeding the Hubara bustard to conserve the population, the facility will also produce and release 50,000 Hubara bustards into their natural habitat, which will benefit the agricultural sector in the area, as the birds are an important link in the food chain. Scientists and local farmers also say that the Hubara bustard is a carnivorous bird that hunts worms and rats that are harmful to agricultural crops. The farm's goal is to breed enough birds to maintain a sustainable population and ensure their survival in order to maintain falconry as part of Arabian cultural heritage. So what does Arabian falconry have to do with the Hubara bustard? The Hubara bustard is the favorite prey of falcons in Arabia. Their declining numbers in the wild have affected both wild and captive falcon populations. Falconry has been an integral part of Arab culture for over 4,000 years. It is even recognized as an intangible cultural heritage in some Arab countries. Falcons are traded in famous markets, such as the International Falcon Exhibition in Abu Dhabi and the Souk Waqif Falcon Market in Qatar. Some rare falcons can cost more than $100,000, While rare and highly skilled hunting falcons can fetch even higher prices, Hubara bustard owners say Qatari falconers are particularly fond of the bird and consider it a valuable prey during the falconry season. Uncontrolled hunting with falcons or guns in the past caused the Hubara bustard population to decline. Now, as the Hubara population has gradually recovered, falconry activities have developed. Hunting is often done in the desert. We can see the falcon chasing its prey, the Hubara bustard. It often exhausts its prey while flying, and finally the prey is exhausted under the claws of the fierce falcon. For this activity, Hubara bustard farms can make a profit from falconry, which will go towards the cost of continuing to operate the Hubara bustard farm to ensure that their population does not decline.
Have you ever seen a farm model that operates without any costs? It sounds unbelievable, right? But in fact, many farmers have successfully applied a model that combines raising cows, raising ducks, and growing crops, saving a lot of costs. If you don't believe it, watch this video to find out how farmers run their farms. You can see here is a farm raising ducks for eggs. They are foraging for earthworms in the soil. It seems that these ducks really like to eat worms. So, how to raise these earthworms for duck food? The first step to earthworm composting is livestock manure, which farmers collect from cow sheds. This can be from family farms or neighboring farms. On modern farms, barn cleaning is done by automated robots or specialized equipment. On smaller farms, farmers often collect cow manure manually. Cow manure is collected in a designated area to prepare for further processing. The cow manure is collected and left to decompose for several days, which reduces its heat and ammonia content, which can be harmful to earthworms. The manure is mixed with other organic materials such as straw, leaves, or kitchen waste to form a balanced substrate. Farmers create worm beds using wooden boxes, pits, or concrete cages with proper drainage. The beds can be supplemented with bedding materials such as shredded newspaper, dry leaves, or coconut coir to maintain moisture. Once the cow manure has decomposed, farmers introduce worms into the beds, which consume the organic matter and excrete nutrient-rich waste. Each bed needs to maintain a humidity level of around 60 to 70% to ensure optimal worm activity. The worms will decompose the cow manure into high-quality compost in about 30 to 45 days. Compost made from earthworms is rich in nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are beneficial to plants. This type of compost is applied directly to vegetable or food crop farms, helping to optimize plant growth. It also provides natural nutrients without the need for chemical fertilizers, thereby reducing organic waste and preventing pollution. When the compost is dark and fluffy, it is harvested and used to enrich the soil for growing plants. The worms are separated and used as feed for farm animals, typically ducks. Earthworms are considered an excellent source of protein, containing about 60 to 70% protein along with essential amino acids that help ducks grow optimally and improve meat quality. Farmers say that ducks consuming earthworms daily will improve their growth and muscle development, increase egg production in laying ducks, and enhance immunity and digestion. Furthermore, the method of combining earthworm farming with duck farming helps farmers save on commercial feed costs, thereby increasing their income. It also creates a self-sustaining ecosystem, in which cow dung and duck manure are used to feed worms and worms are used to feed ducks. In addition to using earthworms to feed ducks, farmers also raise worms as feed for chickens. Commonly raised worms are red earthworms, African earthworms, and Indian greenworms. They not only have the ability to reproduce quickly and have high nutritional value, but are also larger in size and adapt easily to the rearing environment. Currently, earthworm farming for poultry is often done on small-scale or private farms and has not been expanded to large-scale farms. However, agricultural experts also affirm that this is an environmentally friendly, cost-saving, and nutritious solution for poultry farming. It also helps to process large amounts of cow manure on farms and reduce the pressure from the livestock industry on the environment and ecosystem.
Surely you have seen beautiful peacocks in zoos or on TV, because this species is a rare bird that is being preserved in many places around the world. But in China, peacocks have become an important industry in many rural areas and bring great economic potential to local farmers. Peacock farms are built in many mountainous and rural areas in China. Today, we invite you to explore the most unique peacock farms in the world. Every part of the peacock has commercial value, from its meat to its beautiful feathers. The largest peacock farming areas are in Jiangxi, Hunan, Guangdong and Guangxi, with thousands of farms of various sizes. The peacocks raised are the Indian peafowl and the green peafowl because of their adaptability and economic value. The longer a peacock is raised, the more valuable it becomes. A 5 or 6 month-old peacock can bring in a profit of 300 to 400 yuan, and one raised for 5 years or more can sell for more than 10,000 yuan, equivalent to more than $1,300. Chinese farmers say that raising peacocks is low cost, highly efficient, saves time and effort, and does not take up much arable land. It is also easier to clean and less polluted than a regular poultry farm. The first step to starting a peacock farm is for farmers to purchase eggs or baby peacocks from reputable breeders. Large-scale farms may also import peacocks from abroad to diversify their gene pool and breeds. Being wild, peacocks need to be kept in spacious cages, similar to their natural environment. The cage needs to be designed to be at least 100 square meters for 10 adult peacocks, surrounded by wire mesh fences to prevent them from escaping and protect them from predators. Around the peacock breeding area, tall trees can be planted to provide shade and perches for them, because peacocks love to perch high up. Peacocks are relatively easy to raise because their diet is similar to that of other poultry. Chinese farmers feed peacocks grains such as corn, wheat, and rice bran, supplemented with green vegetables and insects to increase protein and calcium for optimal growth. Each cage can be designed with a clean water tank to provide daily water, sometimes supplemented with probiotics to improve digestion. Like many other poultry, peacocks raised in China often suffer from diseases such as parasites or fowl cholera. Therefore, the breeding process also requires the use of vaccines and regular deworming to keep peacocks healthy. The cages are also cleaned regularly to ensure a clean environment, avoid pollution, thereby helping to minimize diseases. In recent years, the Chinese government has also encouraged and supported farmers to develop their own economy in accordance with local economic conditions and promote rural revitalization. With the policies of local governments, Many farmers in Hunan and Jiangxi have escaped poverty and made huge profits from the peacock farming industry. Depending on the purpose of harvesting for meat or selling as pets, farmers harvest peacocks according to their age. Currently, the price of baby peacocks can be sold from $200 to $500, depending on age, breed, and rarity. In some regions, peacock meat is considered a delicacy. Farms specialize in raising peacocks for meat consumption, supplying high-end restaurants and exotic food enthusiasts. Peacock meat can sell for $150 to $300 per kilogram. In addition to being harvested for meat, peacock feathers are highly prized for decoration, fashion, religious ceremonies, and traditional crafts. High-quality feathers sell for $5 to $20, so wholesale sales of decorative items can bring in thousands of dollars a year. Many farms today have expanded into peacock sanctuaries, attracting tourists to visit and experience. They also generate additional income from selling souvenirs, food, and experiences such as feeding the peacocks. One emerging activity is the profitable breeding of peacocks for the international market, zoos, and private collectors. Licensed breeders can sell eggs and chicks to buyers around the world for $50 to $100 per egg. It is not difficult to see peacock eggs and feathers sold on e-commerce platforms in China. It brings convenience to buyers and benefits to sellers, and promotes the peacock farming industry throughout China. Perhaps in the future, peacock farming will be an opportunity to enrich more farmers,